your seat? Yeah. Okay, why don't you sit with us? Real cool. If not, that table over there, this guy's by himself, he might need a friend. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, sorry!
Talk about sassy. What is going on, Fractured Compass fan? We are here at Knott Scary Farm.
It is September 19th and I'm so excited. Mike, we got here and we are already bombarded with all the love from you guys and all the monsters.
Yeah.
So, wow, what a way to start off the night.
Yeah, we went to the buffet.
It's a buffet.
Buffet dinner. I said buffet though. We went to the buffet dinner and it was fantastic. All the food was actually like very good. I remember the fried chicken, of course, being the highlight, but like everything like across the board was delicious.
Yes.
The roast beef, the pork, like everything. So definitely recommend that. And it was really good meeting a lot of the fans that were there. That was really cool, and the monsters as well. They were totally coming after us, but
yeah,
I'm excited. It's finally here. So I think we're just kind of waiting for the back mazes to be open, and I think we're gonna go through Waxworks first. We're gonna follow our own tips and tricks,
and then we'll see what goes on from there.
Yeah.
I am so excited. I can't even put into words.
It's here. We're
How
excited.
excited I am.
We're excited.
Knott Scary Farm 2019.
Visit the bone-chilling chamber of horrors, where vampires rise from the dead, werewolves howl at the moon, and other creatures stalk the night. Make sure you steer clear of a
Okay, so we had to split up the group. Bree went over to film the opening and I decided to stay at Waxworks because they were experiencing some technical difficulties, and I thought I'm just gonna wait it out. But apparently it's kind of a bigger issue than they thought. I think they blew a fuse. So they went ahead and they gave us a little pass to come back later on in the evening and go on Waxworks, front of the line. So we're gonna go film the opening. We're gonna go catch up with Bree. Had the same situation happen with Stranger Things. I think the first maze we tried hitting up, the fire alarm went off over there, but such is life. Just gotta move on. We still have Origins to look forward to, and hopefully they'll get Waxworks open and we can go back and enjoy it.
Citizens of Calico, be forewarned. These streets ain't what they used to be. They used to be teeming with laughter and life, but now only darkness speaks from behind these closed curtains. Things ain't been the same since she came to town. Look at what's become of me. We're all changing, becoming. It has already begun. Turn back while you still can.
She came and took the children. Then she worked her wicked sorcery on all of us. We are all paying the price for what they did to her. There's no going back. We can only become more and more hideous. I can smell my own flesh. I can taste the red crimson that flows. We are all doomed. You'll all be next.
As the sun slowly sinks and the dark clouds roll in, I can see myself less and less. We are all inhuman now, rotting and decaying. The only thing we crave is death and chaos. She did this to us, all of us, and she's only just begun. I've already killed tonight, and I'm not done yet. Each moon brings fresh tortures, and the metamorphosis is growing. We need fresh meat, fresh meat!
Each of you will bear witness to the evil within yourselves. Sarah Marshall has only just started her malicious magic. Each one of you will fall victim and become like us. It's too late to turn back. She knows you're here. She knows what scares you, and she delights in giving you what you deserve. She comes now. She's here. The monsters are emerging to do her bidding.
Order! I will have order. The writ was signed and the noose was secure. Sarah Marshall has been hung and her body has been displayed for all to see. Frontier justice has been served to the good people of Calico. She won't darken this town anymore. It's time to put the darkness behind us once more and embrace the light.
It is time to embrace the light.
Fools! Infidels! They thought they could contain my wicked ways! Fools! All will pay! Maledicir you, Calico! Transfundo creatura nocte venir tibionia! Pais! Animamus capites!
Hey, just me. Chance along with me. Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty! Guilty! Guilty!
Shall be hiding in the shadows, always lurking and watching you.
Okay, so
What's going on, guys? It's only 8:30 at this time. We've already done Origins.
yes,
Origins was a beautiful maze.
it was fantastic.
Really good.
It is such a better use of that red barn that red barn ever could be.
Yes.
And it was long. It was like,
It was a long maze, and I'm wondering, as I'm walking through the maze, like I've been in the Wilderness Dance Hall when there's been no maze,
Yeah.
and I'm like, God, how'd they fit all this in here?
yeah, and you know what? There was a flying witch, we predicted it.
Yes.
And it was very dark, but it was good. I really liked the effects. The best room in there for sure for me though wasn't the flying witch. It was when you're walking out and it was raining. You guys will know what I'm talking about.
That was my favorite room as well. That was
Yeah.
an amazing effect that they did, and then you got to come around and then back into the story. So
It reminded me of when, you know, like at Universal Studios when you're on the studio tour and it shows you how they rain, how they do the rain effects before the flood comes.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that kind of.
yes,
So I really liked it. Thumbs up for me for Calico.
thumbs up for Origins.
Origins, sorry, Calico.
Yeah, it's same thing.
We watched the hanging just now. That was good. And now we're on our way to Dark Ride. So let's go check out those 2 new rooms they added, yeah? Okay, so we just got out of Dark Ride. Fantastic.
Dark Ride has been fantastic for the last 3 years. It's such a consistent maze.
Yeah.
And every year I think the cast brings it. There are some areas that are a little dark,
Yeah, I mean, but that's okay. It's a maze.
but it's totally fine.
What did you think of the 2 new rooms?
Okay, yeah. So the control room I love, and the fact that there was little Easter eggs and they had like the KFC bucket and everything like that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I really wanted to press the buttons on the thing. I don't know if you can. I'm not gonna touch it. But yeah, I would have liked to have the gift shop just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, because it was honestly like a very quick little like just boop, you're out.
Yeah.
But it's still, I liked it. I think the control room was a better room though. A better addition to this maze than the gift shop was.
Yes, of the 2, that control room is awesome. I think there is a scare actor in there, but there wasn't when we went through it.
Yeah.
But that gift shop, man, I just wanted to be a little bit bigger, but it was cool.
Still a good maze. Shadowlands.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so, okay. Don't hate us. I love Shadowlands.
I do too.
I think it's time for it to move on. I think we need another maze there.
It was definitely a wise decision to make this year its curtain call.
Yeah.
It does need to.
Hold on, let me turn the camera. You can see my shadow. There we go.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, I think they're going out with a bang, but it is definitely its farewell season, and it is showing its age. Especially since we just went through Origins, and now we're gonna go through Waxworks. So that, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Shadowlands will definitely live in infamy for being one of the like all-time top mazes, but it's just time to move on. And I also think Paranormal Inc. as well needs to probably go.
We'll see. We'll see if it's still. I mean, when I went out of Paranormal Inc. back in the days, it was. I was so excited. I was the most excited I've ever been in a maze. I still think it's a great maze, and we'll see because we're going to be going through that next. But Shadowlands, it's an awesome maze, but
it's time. Okay, so we just got out of Waxworks. It was incredible.
excellent maze.
Excellent. They did a really good job with the sets. The scare actors brought it, and I think it helped too that there was no one in front of us. So we got all the scares, like everyone was ready to just jump out at the next person, which happened to be us.
Yeah.
That was really good. I think the big debate or the big worry was, is anything going to be able to live up to Trick or Treat? Because that was such an iconic maze and that was such a fan favorite. And I think this one for sure will. This one had such a rich like lore behind it, it seemed like, and it was very well thought out.
Yeah, I mean you can tell that it's been in the works for a while, and if you loved Black Magic and Doll Factory and all that, this really had that feel when you went inside there, and it really flowed very well.
If you like that movie House of Wax, it's essentially House of Wax house.
Oh, yeah.
But really good creative design on it. I really liked the monster at the end. It reminded me of The Thing. If you guys have ever seen that movie The Thing, Waxworks is up your alley.
Truth, that masterpiece. I kind of wanted to just stay there and look at every single detail of that masterpiece and be like, you know, how many faces are in there, how many spines are in there. So,
I did my best to film it up close as possible because I really wanted you guys to be able to see the detail, because I don't think the camera does it justice. That maze was awesome. Now I guess the big debate is, what is better, Origins or Waxworks? Honestly, I thought it was going to be Origins. Mine's Waxworks. Waxworks was amazing.
I don't know if I can choose between the two. They're so different.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Black Magic and Doll Factory. I loved this maze, absolutely. But Origins was a beautiful maze contributing back to Ghost Town.
Yeah.
So I'm so torn. I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm gonna have to think about it and take a couple days and maybe like talk about it later with you guys.
Well, and that doesn't mean I didn't like Origins.
No.
I loved Origins, but I thought that I was gonna like Origins more than Waxworks, and I just like Waxworks more. However, Origins had a really cool story to it as well. I don't know.
Yeah, that's been the general consensus. Everybody's like Waxworks is #1 right now over Origins, but again, I'm gonna have to think about it.
It was more pretty to look at. That's maybe why I liked it. But for some people, that doesn't matter. Some people want the scares, and this one more had like a elegance to it, if that makes sense. It kind of reminded me of like old glam 1920s Hollywood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, if you guys have ever watched The Penny Dreadful on Netflix, and that guy had that wax museum.
Yes.
You went in there and it was the 1920s, 1930s. That is exactly the feel that you got when you went in here.
Yeah. So, thumbs up for me.
Awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Get the reactor core. We need to dissolve the self-destruction.
Detected. PlayStation lockdown procedures in effect.
So we just got out of the depths and dark entities. First of all, for the depths, I really like the elevator scene that they added. However, it was kind of a logistical nightmare getting guests through, but the effect was really cool and I liked what it added to the story. So essentially you go into the elevator, you go down to the caverns, and then you go out the same way you came, but it's a different route. And I thought that was really inventive, but it really did slow the line down.
It did. Anytime you put those pre-scenes,
Like Paranormal Inc.
like show scenes into a maze, you're gonna have a slowdown of the line. So when you guys come, just keep that in mind, that the depths is gonna be a little longer. A 15-minute line does turn into like a 30.
Yeah. And then Dark Entities, it was the same, more or less. And again, I just felt like that maze is lacking something. Not the scare actors. The scare actors are fantastic, but that maze itself is kind of just lacking creativity.
It wasn't my favorite last year. It's not my favorite again this year.
I feel kind of harsh saying that.
Well, don't be harsh. Don't feel like you're being harsh.
Not creativity, it just, there's not like a soul to that maze, if that makes sense, you know? It's just kind of there. As opposed to like Paranormal Inc. has like a soul to it. I sound dumb, I'm sorry.
No. I totally agree with you. Obviously, Shadowlands and Special Ops Infected are the last year mazes for this year. So obviously this is most likely coming back next year, but I don't think it's gonna go past the third year.
I don't think so either. I hope it doesn't, unless they do some like serious revamp next year for it. It's just on the bottom of my list, really. But the Depths' additions were cool, and I mean, so far Waxworks takes the cake with a close second with Origins.
Yeah, I mean, I reviewed the footage on Waxworks again, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Wow, it's a good maze.
So I think all we have is Paranormal Inc. and Pumpkin Eater, and then we're done for the night. We've done everything.
We have?
We haven't hit up the shows. We got the season pass, so I think we're gonna come back and do the shows another day.
Yeah. We did watch The Hanging.
Oh, we did watch The Hanging.
We did watch The Hanging completely through. We did not get to pump it up at this time.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta make those choices when you're doing mazes versus shows.
So, all right.
You're all going to die.
The doctor's waiting. Down the hall.
But couldn't keep her. Locked her.
Now let's talk about Paranormal Inc. and Pumpkin Eater. Paranormal Inc. is as good as ever. It's always good. Ooh. And Pumpkin Eater was actually pretty good, and I think the big thing is that they put way more lights in it this year than last year. I could actually see what was going on.
Yeah, those sets are incredible inside Pumpkin Eater. Say what you will about the maze, but seeing the sets and having it a little bit more lit, especially in the cornstalk area and everything, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. And also, my first big scare of the night was someone that was dressed like as the corn, and they blended in with the rest of the stalks, and it got me really good. So Pumpkin Eater was actually a really nice surprise. was able to see the maze. They put a lot more lights where the pumpkin area, like when you're walking inside the pumpkin. And then the rest of it too, when you guys were walking through the corn stalks, like Bree said, I'm pleasantly surprised. It was good. So, I mean, overall, I had a great time. What about you?
I had an amazing time.
Yeah.
Always have an amazing time in Knott's Scary Farm. Thank you to all the scare actors out there who went hard.
You guys killed it.
Awesome.
You guys killed it.
All the fans who came up to us and greeted us.
Yeah.
It means so much to us. It keeps us going.
Yeah.
Keeps this channel alive.
Yeah, thank you guys for saying hi. We really appreciate that. And thank you for watching.
Yes.
And with that being said, go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and always be ready.
You never know where your compass will take you.
See you in the fog.